Erica here, and I'm back today with books that made me cry. Like a baby. Let's get started. Let's just get this one out of the way right now. Need I say more? The next book I have is one that I talk about all the time, and if you haven't read it yet and you've been watching my channel for a while, what are you doing? It's Fall on Your Knees by Anne Marie MacDonald. This is the multi-generational family saga about mainly 4 young women and their different experiences kind of growing up. And it's very heartbreaking and very tough to read, but very beautiful and totally rewarding. If you haven't read it yet, what are you doing? Again, another obvious one. I mean, have you read the end of this book? It was really upsetting. Next, I have The History of Love by Nicole Krauss. I think I was crying by like page 50 of this book, and I think I cried through the last 20 pages as well. This is a book that I had no idea was going to hit me so hard. It's beautifully written. It's a beautiful story about a series of interconnected lives, and I don't want to tell you anything more because I think it's best to go in this book not knowing too much, but it very, very emotional reading experience right here, especially for so few pages. Usually I expect like longer family sagas and like dramas to make me really upset and emotional, because you get very invested in the characters. But this, I was invested from the get-go, and like I said, I was sobbing by like page 50. So, read this. Next, I have one that completely took me by surprise, and that's Cutting for Stone by Abraham Verghese. I believe that this name was in one of the Book Riot videos where they teach you how to pronounce authors' names, and I've still forgotten it. Anyway, he is an Ethiopian author. This is set in Ethiopia, and it is the story of 2 boys who were conjoined twins, and they were the sons of a nun, and kind of what happens to them after their mother dies giving birth to them, and they are raised at a missionary hospital in Ethiopia. I honestly thought this was going to be a sentimental nightmare, and that I was going to hate it, and that it was going to be very religious. None of those things happened to me. I just bawled like a baby, and again, this is a great one if you love coming-of-age stories. If you would like to read a coming-of-age story set in a little different setting than usual. Ethiopia here for you. And yeah, cried through like the last 100 pages. Totally ruined me. And lastly, I have a very recent read. That's Shantaram by Gregory David Roberts. I have a full review of this that I will link below, but I read this at the very beginning of this year, and it completely broke my heart. This is one of those books I'm talking about that's like really long, and you get very emotionally investigated in the characters, and of course sometimes bad things happen to those characters, and then you lose it. So I was very emotionally attached to some of these characters, and bad things happened to some of these characters, and I lost it. Again, this is a very just emotional read in general. It has a lot to do with self-discovery, self-exploration, kind of finding your moral ground and where you stand in relation to others. So I definitely recommend this, as I said in my review, and I can't. Those are some books that made me cry. Most of them in a good way. Not because the writing was bad. What are the books that have made you cry or that have made you very emotional? Please let me know in the comments. I will see you all soon. Bye-bye.